Today in our English vocabulary class, we are going to learn 20 of the most common colors in English. Let's get right into it. Before we get started, we might just say something about the word itself, color. Sometimes you will see it spelled color, and sometimes you will see it spelled this way, color. And you might wonder, well, which is it? What is the correct spelling? Well, actually, both ways are correct. The short way of spelling it, color, is the most common way in the United States. I lived in the United States for a long time, and I got used to spelling it that way. And now that I'm back in Canada, I always have to try and remember to spell it the way that they do here in Canada. And indeed, most English-speaking countries of the world spell it this way, color. Now that we have that out of the way, let's start learning the most common colors in English. For each color we learn, I will have that color on the screen, or a common object that is usually associated with that color. White. White. Now, some people might question whether or not white is even a color. Some might say it is the absence of color. If they are a physicist, they might even say, no, white is not a color in the light spectrum. But if you are an artist, if you are just wanting to be able to describe to somebody in speech something that has no color, you will want a name to call it. So we call it white. Hand me the white paper. Hand me the white paint. Hand me the white crayon. I need to color something white. In that case, white is a color that you need to know about. White. White. Say these with me. White. White. Black is another one of those that some people will say is not really a color. But for today, when we are learning English, we are going to call it a color. Black. Black. Now, all of the rest of the colors that we will talk about today, that we will learn today, there's no debate. They are all definite colors. Red. Red. Blue. Blue. Yellow. Yellow. Many people, especially artists, that mix paint together to get other colors will call these three primary colors. Primary colors. People in other industries may have a different list of colors as their primary colors. The next three that we will learn are called secondary colors. Secondary colors. They are green, green, orange, orange, violet, violet. Some people also call this color purple, although purple is usually a little darker. The reason that these are called secondary colors is because we can get all three of these colors by mixing the primary colors together. If you mix yellow with blue, you get green. If you mix yellow with red, you get orange. If you mix red with blue, you get violet. Now, in addition to these main colors in English, there are some other colors that have common English names. Magenta, magenta. This is the color that is kind of a mix of red and violet or purple. Magenta, magenta. Gray, gray. This is the color that you get if you mix black and white together. Gray, gray. In the US, another common spelling is gray. Gray. There can be many shades of gray. Silver, silver. Silver is kind of a bright shade of gray. But because silver is a metal that has been a form of money for thousands of years, we have a specific name for the color. Silver, silver. In much the same way, gold is also a color in English. Any color that we might use or can point to that looks a lot like gold bars or gold coins, well, that's what we call gold in English. Gold. Pink. Pink. Something I might point out here is that in many English-speaking countries, pink is a color that is associated with females. If your friends are having a baby girl, they might paint the baby's room pink. If you are getting them a gift, you might wrap it in pink paper. If it is a boy, the color should be blue. The sleeper that you get to buy as a present for your friends, if it's a boy, should be blue. If they're having a girl, the clothes that you should get for them as a gift should be probably more in the pink colors. Most men in English-speaking countries do not usually wear pink. Pink is considered a color for girls. Maroon. Maroon. I like maroon. It is one of my favorite colors. Bright red is just a little bold for me, so I like this darker red. Maroon. Brown. Brown. Many things are brown. You know, it is one of the first crayons in the crayon box that is used up. Brown. So many things need to be colored brown. Beige. beige. Beige is a very light brown color and is a common color used in clothing. Beige. Tan. Tan. Tan is a pale tone of brown. It is a common color that is used for leather. That is because people tan leather with tannum, which they get from the oak tree bark, tannum. And when they tan the leather using tannum, they call it tan. Tan is also used to describe the color that white people like to get in the summertime when they go out and expose themselves to the sun. They're out getting a tan. I know that in many countries that I visit, the girls don't understand why people would want to go out and get a tan. In fact, when they go out into the bright sunshine, they'll often be holding an umbrella because they don't want their skin to get darker. They want their skin to get lighter, to be more white. But here in Canada and the United States, we find that people, especially women, girls, they like to go out and get a tan so that their skin will be darker. A tan. It's actually not a very good idea. It's not really healthy for the skin, but people do it anyways. Lime. Lime. We get this name for the color because of the citrus fruit that is named the same name, limes. Because as they grow, they often, at least for a period, have this bright green color. Lime. Lime. Turquoise. Turquoise. We get this name in English from the gemstone turquoise because it has that same color. Turquoise. Cyan. Cyan. Cyan is a greenish blue mix, close to turquoise, but it is recognized as an important color in English because it is what printers use, the color of the ink that they use, one of the main primary colors that printers use in the printing industry. Cyan. Cyan. Well, I think those are the main colors that I wanted you to learn today in this lesson. Of course, there are many more colors that have been named in English, but I think that this is a good list for you to get started with. Now, if something isn't quite exactly like the color you think it should be, if, say, you went down to the store and you bought a coat that was not quite red, it's almost red, but not quite, well, you could describe that coat to your friend over the phone. I bought a coat today. It's reddish. Reddish. So just add ish to almost any color, and that way you're letting your friend know that it's not quite blue, it's bluish, or it's not quite green, it's kind of green, but not quite green, it's greenish. It's yellowish. It's orangish, if it's not quite orange. All right, well, that's our lesson for today. I hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have, I invite you to show us by hitting the like button Every time you hit the like button, the big computer at YouTube says, oh, this is a video that we should share with more people. So the more likes we get, the better. And then the other thing, of course, in order to know about each new video that we release, it's important that you also subscribe to our channel. And that way, every time I put out a new video, it's going to show up in your YouTube feed. So remember, if you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button, and it even helps some more if you hit that little bell as well, and then YouTube will let you know each time we release a new lesson here at Study English with Frank. So long for now. See you next time.